What's going on, everyone? This upcoming season is going to be the season for LeBron James. LeBron James signed a new extension, 2 years, $97 million. So he's at least locked in for at least 2 more seasons and then potentially a 3rd season. Now, the Lakers as a whole are a big question mark, right? What are the Lakers going to do? Are they going to go and trade for Kyrie Irving? Are they going to get, the Pacers deal? Are they going to do another deal? What are they going to do to upgrade the roster? Are they going to stand pat, run it back with Russell Westbrook? If that's the case, how good are they going to be? Are they a play-in team? Are they a playoff team? Are they a legit contender? What can Darvin Ham do? How will the new talent around LeBron, Anthony Davis do? What is going to be the result? But one thing we can for sure look forward to is LeBron James becoming the all-time scoring leader. That is correct. This season is very likely we are going to see history in the making, and in a Laker jersey. LeBron James is going to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in a Laker jersey for the all-time scoring list. So what I wanted to do in this video is show you how many points he needs to score and how many games it would take for him to reach that goal, and then kind of give us an understanding, look at the schedule, and kind of come up where we think it'll fall. And of course, as always, join the discussion down in the comment section below. So let's jump right into it. Now, if LeBron James this season averaged 17.6 points per game, which would be the most ever in a 20th season, he would only have to play 76 games. Only 76 games. If you didn't get it, it's a joke, sarcasm, because he's probably not playing 76 games this season. So the 17.6 points per game, it might be a little rough, but that's all he'd have to average and play 76 games. Now, if he plays just, 64 games, which I think is more realistic, because LeBron's very likely going to miss somewhere around like 20 to 25 games this season. So 64 games would kind of fall in that stretch, in that pattern, and he would have to average just under 21 points per game at 20.9. Then to do it in basically half a season, 49 games, which would be LeBron James' career average, 27.1 points per game, and he would only have to play 49 games to achieve that. Also, for note, 20.9 points per game would be LeBron James' lowest average ever. Now, if he averaged what he did last year, which was about 30 points per game, then he could do it in about 43 to 44 games, depending on how it shapes up. So we know 27 is probably the magic number, because 25 to 27 is what he's going to need to average, and he'll be able to do it within like about 50 games or so, give or take. Now, looking at the schedule, I just, broke it down to 49 and below, because that's very likely where we're going to see him break the record. I planning on doing a full breakdown of the Lakers schedule, so look forward to that. I'll probably do it on a live stream, and maybe we'll try to get it today. But the 49th game would be in San Antonio. And the reason I want to talk about the game, because I think that that's important, and I think it's something LeBron has in the back of his mind as well. Like, which team does he want to play, and where does he want to be when he breaks that record? So them playing San Antonio, they would be in LA, right, for this game. So maybe that's something. That would be his 49th game, and he'd have to average, 27.1, and then he'd meet that requirement. Now, 50 games would be at Boston on ABC, so national televised game. It's a game that could be very interesting. The Lakers-Celtics rivalry, you break the record. That is something of substance. The Nets, all the drama with the Lakers and Nets. Now, the Knicks, I think, is a huge one, because LeBron loves New York. Historically, greats like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James have had huge games in New York. Again, another national televised game on TNT. I could see something like that happening. Realistically, though, I just think, because this is just how the NBA works, and I'm sure LeBron's thinking about this too, playing Milwaukee on TNT in LA for his 56th game is, I think, would be an awesome thing, right? Because Kareem, that was his old team, right? The Bucks, and he's on Kareem's team that, he broke the record on, or set the record on, with the Lakers. I just think that it just sounds like an NBA thing to happen, right? Like, that just sounds like something you would see in the NBA. So I think circle your calendar, TNT, national televised game, playing, he's on Kareem's team. playing against Kareem's old team, breaks the record. That just sounds like something that would happen. Another alternative is, people have talked about Golden State, the 60th game, Golden State, TNT, they're in LA again. Another possibility. I do think LeBron breaks it either in LA or in like a big place. And so that's why I think Milwaukee. But the sort of later games, I wanted to add these two just because I think, LeBron, like I said, misses probably 20 plus games. And if he misses 20 plus games, then we could be into like the 60 range. So again, 60th would be against Golden State in LA, TNT. Could be a big primetime game. The other alternative would be the 65th game. Again, Golden State could be an alternative. But then you got New York on ESPN in LA. Another big primetime game, historic franchise. Like that just seems, once again, like a thing that LeBron would do. Either in LA, in a New York, in a Boston, in a Milwaukee, something along those lines. And the only reason I mention Milwaukee is just because, that's where Kareem played. So I do think that this would be something that would be kind of fitting. And very likely, we're probably looking in like the 50 to, 65 range is what I'd have to guess. So that basically boils it down to what I think would be Golden State, New York, or Milwaukee is what I think when LeBron would break the record. Of course, we never know. I mean, he could just have a couple like 50-point games and kind of push the total up, stuff like that, or just come out and ball out. Another thing of note, though, so all of LeBron's achievements when accomplishing anything, passing Kobe, passing Jordan, all that stuff, they get like smacked. Like whatever team he's on just gets blown out by like double digits. So expect whenever LeBron breaks that record, the Lakers don't win that game because, all the players know why they're there, right? It's just like Kobe's last game, right? Let Kobe shoot 70 times if he wants to. Let him get his swan song, let him, say his farewell. Same thing. Whenever these superstars are achieving these ridiculous accolades, I think that's what's going to happen. LeBron is going to, he's going to be like 30 points away and they're just going to do whatever they can to make sure he gets those 30 points and he's going to get it. And it's just going to be the LeBron show that entire game and nobody's going to be playing defense. No one's going to be doing anything. And they're just going to go and let LeBron go get the title past Kareem. Now, if I had to guess, I really think it's going to be in LA because I think LeBron, one, is going to want to do it in LA. Now, obviously, of course, like LeBron's just going to go out and play this season, right? But I think as we're inching closer, I could see LeBron being like, okay, I'm like 70 points away and we have like 2 games before we're back in LA. Like, let me try to win this game without putting up like 30 a game. Like, let me just go out, put up like 25. Let me facilitate a little more. Let me get other people involved a little more than I usually would. I could see him doing that. Even maybe just subconsciously, not really meaning to, but just kind of like, I want to do this in LA. Let me do this in LA. But I do. I think this is an achievement that is going to be accomplished this year. It's crazy how just history and life works. LeBron's going to pass Kareem in a Laker jersey. Kareem's going to be there. It's going to be a huge spectacle, and they're going to have that moment where they just stop the game and, give LeBron his flowers. And, here's the basketball, the game ball in which he did that. And it's just going to be a moment of just history and just incredibleness. That it's a record that many believed for a long time would never be broken. And LeBron James, a guy who is not really a scorer throughout history, throughout his career. He's been more of a pass first, team first guy, which he got criticized for heavily in the beginning of his career. He doesn't score enough. He doesn't, take over games enough, this, that, and the other. And so to see him be the number 1 scorer all time in NBA history, dude, the guy just keeps stacking up accomplishments. It's insane. The longevity, the durability. I mean, we're watching arguably the greatest player ever playing the game right now. And whether you love LeBron, whether you hate LeBron, whatever, you got to appreciate his greatness, and you got to understand the history that we are in. We are in a moment of just surrealism. Like, it's unfathomable that a guy like LeBron James, which, look, however you feel about him as a player, he is about as good of a man and role model as you can get. The dude came out of high school as like this absolute legend, just the king. The king has arrived, this, that, and the other. He's lived up to it and then some. Never had as much as a parking ticket. Has done nothing but help people in the community. Been with the same girl pretty much his entire life. Is an excellent father, excellent role model. Just goes out and hoops. Like, he's one of the few like superstars that uses his, his microphone for causes and, an actual purpose. Whether you agree with the things he's saying or not, the fact that he's at least trying to, help causes and stuff locally is something that, can't be overlooked, because there's a lot of players. I mean, even Jordan got killed for being quiet over certain matters. Like, they were like, you're this superstar, you're the face of the world right now, and he just wanted to remain quiet. A lot of superstars have done that throughout history, and at least LeBron is a guy that he's upstanding. At the end of the day, he's an upstanding man, upstanding role model, and we're seeing history in the making. But anyway, as always, pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. When do you think he ends up passing Kareem? Do you think he does it in LA? Do you think he does it in another location? Like, does he do it in Milwaukee? What are your thoughts? How many points a game does he average this season? However you feel, whatever you think, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. That being said, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification. Stay up to date with all things sports. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.